today I'm going to show you how to do a DIY Yoni steam at home. This is one of the most amazing and helpful reproductive health practices that I know of that is simple, easy to do, and that does not take much time, energy, or effort. So the first thing you need to do your Yoni steam at home is a pot. Depending on how you want to set up your Yoni steam is how you will choose the size of your pot. I have a video linked here that shows you a bunch of different DIY ways to make a Yoni steam setup at home, and then you'll know what size pot to use. But go ahead and grab your pot and then fill it with a few inches of water, maybe 3 to 4 inches of water. Don't overthink this part here, just put some water in it, put it on the stove, turn the fire on, and heat it up. The next thing you're going to want to do while you're waiting for your water to boil is pick out the herbs you're going to use. Now you can also check out my blog post linked down below that helps you to decide which herbs to use, the benefits of different herbs, and different combinations of herbs to use depending upon what your desires and needs are. But today I'm going to use just 3 different herbs: calendula, which is incredibly soothing for vaginal tissues and nourishing to the body, as well as mugwort, which is great to help get things flowing, blood flowing. Now I tend to have small clots during my period, so I'm going to use a little bit of mugwort to see if I can get things to be flowing. And then the last, I'm going to use red raspberry leaf, which is ideal for general tonification of your uterus and other reproductive organs. When it comes to deciding how much herbs to use, I generally go with my intuition, but if you're a person that likes to know to measure, I go with about a tablespoon, more or less. So that's about a tablespoon of mugwort, about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more of the calendulas because I really like them a lot, and a little bit of red raspberry leaf as well. It's probably about 2 tablespoons there. You really can't do this wrong, okay? You're not gonna like overdose on herbs, so don't overthink it. So there I have my herbs ready to go in my little bowl. And when your water starts boiling like it is here, what you're gonna do is actually just turn off the fire and just pour your herbs in the water and then cover the pot again to let it steep for about 5 to 10 minutes. So I've been letting this steep for about 5-10 minutes. When I open it up, I have all my beautiful herbs inside, and you want to just keep that covered. Try to keep as much of the oils inside of the pot until you're ready to do your actual steam. So once you have your pot of hot water with herbs all steeped and ready to go, you're going to come over and set up your Yoni steam setup. What I like to use is a Yoni steam sauna box. I actually made this with the help of my dad out of cedar wood, but you do not need to do anything this fancy, I promise. I actually made a video here that shows you a bunch of different DIY home setups you can use to create amazing, comfortable Yoni steam, vaginal steam setups without needing anything fancy. So be sure to check that out. But once you are ready to steam, you're gonna go ahead and prepare your seat, whatever you're using. Take off the lid of your pot of water. It's steamy. And then close it up. So it's okay to let some of the heat escape. Then, when I'm ready to sit on this, what I'm gonna do is actually be really cautious and stand over it, cupping my vulva to make sure that I'm not going to burn myself when I sit down, okay? And then I'm going to slowly take my hand away and test the heat and have my hand close by to cover in case it's too hot. If it's too hot, which most likely it might be, you're going to have a nice jar of cold water close by. And what you're going to do is just add a little bit of cold water to the pot, cover your vulva again, test it out, and see if that's an okay temperature for you. You can keep adding cold water until it gets to the right temperature. I think that this is much easier than waiting for the water to cool off to the right temperature. Once you get it to the right temp, you're going to grab a sheet, a towel, a blanket of some kind, and you're going to cover your legs and the bottom part of your body with this blanket to keep the heat in and from escaping. Now once you do this, it might heat up more because you're trapping more heat in, so make sure you have your hand close by again to make sure you do not burn yourself. And once you're all set up, you can just sit forward, sit comfortably, breathe, read a book, watch a TV show, whatever you want to do, and just allow yourself to enjoy this really rich, juicy Yoni steam practice.